Okay. Skirt, skirt. Blah, blah, blah. Skirt, skirt. What's up, guys? It is your boy T-Raw here with a different style of video again. I know I keep kind of trying out new videos, seeing what you guys are liking. And today, this is a video that I've been thinking about ever since I started making videos. And I've actually been super excited to make this. This is actually me going over my old airsoft stuff from when I've started. A lot of people ask me about stuff from a long time ago when I first started playing. I've been playing for 13 plus years, as most people know by now. And I decided to finally kind of go over, look back at some of my OG stuff. You know, all the stuff that I got rid of, sold, and my experiences with it. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of players did the same mistakes that I did, or they didn't, and I've just owned a ton of crap. So I'll probably just end up putting up pictures of whatever I'm talking about, and then we'll go from there. So I'll just put up whatever I'm talking about and kind of go over it, what good, bad, ugly about it, and my thought process of when I started. So to get right into it, the first ever like real airsoft gun outside of like backyard bullshit I ever bought was a ep1 ASR sniper rifle. And Tim and Bob from Airsoft GI pushed this thing so hard that I was like, oh yeah, I'll be a sniper. You know, 10 years old. I could barely pull the bolt back when it came. The good thing was it was pretty lightweight. And it came with 3 mags out of the box, which was super cool. I did one of these weird, cheap camo wrap jobs with like camo tape, and actually it stuck pretty good and it looked really good. Surprisingly, it's probably one of the better times I did. The only thing that looked bad was like the scope on the front part, but like it looks pretty good. I remember I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be a sniper, and I remember playing like a speedball field with it, and I was like, this sucks. This is fucking stupid. So yeah, that didn't last very long. The picture actually that you guys are seeing was actually I listed it for sale about a year later for the Airsoft Arena's swap meet back in the day. And I had to get rid of it. And yeah, so never buy a sniper rifle for your first gun if you guys don't already know. But that's been sung to the choir so many times that I'm gonna move on to the next gun, which was a SEMA AK-74U. This was like early SEMA days when it was still kind of crap your money away, kind of good, kind of bad. It was hit or miss back in the day. But yeah, so I was like, oh, I need some gear too. So I got the SEMA AK-74U, couple 9.6 batteries, and you can see like the old school nickel metal hydrate batteries. Lipos actually didn't come out until like 2 years after this. They didn't really get into airsoft because after that. And then I also had a NC Star Vism, one of those two AK style chest rigs. Now my first vest was actually a cross draw vest. Don't ever fucking buy those. And you'll also never be able to sell them. But I decided to get the AK chest rig because you could fit like 4M4 mags and like 3M4 mags in each pouch, so you could carry like 9 of them, and then the AK. Um, and honestly, this gun was pretty good. Never broke on me. I'm pretty happy. I was pretty happy with it. Ended up selling it at the same swap meet in this picture. But yeah, definitely an old school gun. Now you could get it for like 150 bucks, but back then that was probably about 250, $300. Kind of weird how pricing changes. But yeah, and then I moved on to. Oops, I skipped a picture. Yeah, I'll do this one next. Sorry guys, I kind of jumbled up the order that I was gonna do them in. This was like my first like really good gun, you know, back in the day. $300 for an airsoft gun was like you're getting the like you're gonna get like an awesome gun. That's like when entry level VFCs were. This was before Crytek. Crytek did not exist when I first started playing. Also, like ASG didn't exist. Elite Force didn't exist. Those came around a couple years later. So yeah, for like $300, you're really looking at like VFC, Tokyo Marui, which you really couldn't get in the States too much. Some crappy classic armies, Echo 1 rebranded stuff, and then you could also get like the KWA. That was like the big one. That's like when like the KWA P10. No, it was like the, I forgot what it was, but they were super popular back in the day. Dr. D on the team was a big KWA guy, but Airsoft GI used to do this thing where they would make their own custom guns. I air quoted that because basically they were just decked out combat machines with different furniture, but this was something a little bit different. These were OEM'd by Lonex. It was actually a full metal gun. They called it their FMG4. So Lonex internals, Mark 18 rail. It was actually really nice. It actually was shot pretty slow though. I think I chronoed at like 370 when I got it. And it was super fun. Really well built. I was really happy with it. And then I ended up doing like a tan and like a black build back in the day, and then I had like a mock ACOG that I put on it back in the day too. Um, yeah, and then I ended up getting a full-blown chest rig with the built-in mag pouches. That thing sucked. It was heavy, it was big, it was bulky, but Airsoft GI was telling you had to get plate carriers. Um, so getting plate carriers was a terrible idea, especially for just pickup games. Don't ever do it. I don't care how badass you might think you look, you don't look badass wearing 15 pounds of shit you don't fucking need. So yeah, that was like my first like legit gun. I know that I rock HPA now, and that's pretty much all I use, but back then I didn't really have it. Um, and then kind of going in like what you guys see on the gun wall. I used to have a lot of guns, a lot of different guns. Right now I pretty much just have two HPA M4s. One is like a GMP body, and then SSG1, my breacher, and my high kappas. But back in the day, you had to build a collection. You know, that was a big thing. Was watching Airsoft collection videos. So yeah, I still had I was able to get rid of the sniper rifle. I still had the SEMA AK. Then Airsoft GI did this program where they did this points thing, where if you bought specific items, you'd get points towards like a list of things. So when I bought my FMG4, I actually got a free UTG tri-shot, and I literally just gave that away like last weekend to a kid. So that was probably the longest gun I've ever had. And that thing never broke. Shot under 350, super fun to use. I did the same camo wrap on it, and I ended up painting it like a white and gray kind of thing, and I had like a SWAT thing on it and a flashlight. It was pretty cool. But yeah, so for a free gun, it was pretty dope. Then I had the S&T Tavor when that came out. Body like shit, but really good trigger response, surprisingly. And it was really quiet. I really liked that gun until someone at the arena smashed into me, and then it broke into pieces, and I was really upset. Then up in the right is actually a combat machine, but not your typical combat machine. That was a gas blowback combat machine, which uses the GHK open bolt system, so it didn't actually like lock back or anything, but it was pretty cool. It was really fun to use, but the body rattled apart, and then the mech box broke, because the whole point was that you could take out the gas blowback internals and then switch it to like an AEG. Which like 13-year-old me didn't know how to do that, but it was fun. Mags were shit, but it was cool. Then for like the pistols, you see that the first gun in the front on the left is a KJW P226 in like a weird urban camo. That was actually my first gas blowback gun. Actually, this is the gun I've had the longest. I had that probably a year. Like I got that right around after I got the sniper rifle from when it used to be called Tactical Toy Store. Before they did like their big like renovation, it was literally like when they were like the shoebox size store. I got that from Pete back in the day, and I still have it. I probably won't get rid of it just because it's my first gun, and I've always liked that gun. Um, and then behind it, it was a TAC Force CO2 Mac 11. Um, that thing was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. We used to put pennies behind the bolt, so it'd go even faster. Hop up was shit then. Oh yeah, pretty much all the hop ups and all these guns were pretty garbage too, though. But that was pretty typical back then. Guns were only supposed to get like 150 feet if you're lucky. And then you see the Elite Force 1911 TAC. That's when they first came out. Everybody was pushing those really hard, so I got that. And actually, I hated those guns. I still hate them to this day, but everybody has their own guns that they like and dislike. I personally have never liked them, but those were pretty cool. So a lot of people like those. And then on the right, there's a Springer, a Springer like Colt 25. Those are all Springers on the right, so I'm not even gonna go over those. But yeah, so that's pretty much just some of the old school stuff that I went over. Thought this would be kind of fun and go over some old school stuff with you guys. Next I might actually like pull up like my old e-bike orders and Airsoft GI orders and kind of tell you, wow, I wasted all this money on shit that I don't even have anymore. So yeah, that's it guys. I hope you guys liked this video. Like, comment, subscribe like always. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a